Greetings everyone and welcome to assignment 1. Today we're going to work on creating and manipulating a folder as well as sharing it, and this will set the groundwork for everything else you do in this course. Hopefully this goes by pretty smoothly. This is the visual or the demonstration instructions. You can also follow the step-by-step instructions I've written out as well. I thought I would give two options, and I'm going to go pretty quick, so if you need to pause as you go, feel free to do that, but I wanted to give two options. So with no further ado, I'm Jim Zimmer, and this is sharing a folder, manipulating a folder, and creating a folder. Alright, so going right down the steps here, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to your drive. If you noticed, I've got split screen going on here, so my drive is already open and over here. If you're not sure how to get to drive, but you're in Google, there's some tiles over here, and you can select your drive right there. It's the triangle with the green, yellow, and blue. If you're not signed in and you can't see these tiles, signing in happens over here in this little icon. It might say sign in instead of having your icon. I'm hoping that you've already were able to sign in and you can find this pretty easily. So most of the stuff we'll find is in our drive and working within our drive in this course. So from there, we're going to talk about the first thing, creating a folder. Pretty simple process. You may have already done it. So if you're familiar with it, go to New, go to Folder, and click on it. And what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to name it something for one of the classes you already teach. So when you leave this class, you have something you can utilize when you're done. So for the example, I'm going to just copy my example here. I'm going to go J Zimmer. So first initial, last name, and then the class I'm going to use, I have a business law class that I'm going to use for this. Alright, and we'll call it that, and then I'll hit create. And in a couple of minutes, there it is. It's going to pop up right here. It's in an alphabetical order. So I've got my J Zimmer Business Law folder. That was the first step. You get some points automatically for creating a folder. Yay! Alright, the next step. Kind of an out there kind of step, but they don't have a way to copy a folder out front here. If you right click, or in my case I'm using a Mac, so I have to hold control and click, you'll notice that the options over here don't give you an option to copy. And it doesn't exist, at least not in this part of it. So I'm going to show you how to get there. So to get there, we're not going to right click. We're actually going to go up to New again, and we're going to open a Google Sheet. Okay? That sheet's going to pop up here. To make a copy of your folder, you actually have to go get an add-on. If you've never seen an add-on before, up here in the top, there are add-ons. If you click that, a drop-down menu will come on and you will say Get Add-ons. Alright. In the Get Add-ons section, you're going to type in Copy Folder here. And that's going to take you to the add-on that says Copy Folder. I already have it, so I don't need to click on it, but if you click the plus free symbol and then you allow it, because it's going to ask you for some permissions, and it should pop back up. So I'm going to close this out. I already have it. Hopefully you have it now. Go back to add-ons and then go to copy folder and select a folder. Once you've done this, you're going to want to go to select a file, and then you're going to look for that class you've created. So mine's right here, J Zimmer Business Law. So I'm going to select that file and then click select, and then I'm going to label copy in front of it, so I know that this is the copy, not the actual folder that I've made that I'm going to use the rest of this class. Okay, so once you've done that, then you can click copy. And this will take a minute or two, so I'm going to pause the video so we don't sit here in dead silence. Okay, I'm back, and my folder's been copied. I do not need the spreadsheet any longer. If you click on this link here, it'll take you to it, but I'm actually going to close this out, and if I look out in here, I can already see the copy J Zimmer Business Law. Alright, what I want you to do with that, just to show to me that you've done it, so I can give you credit for it, you're going to click, hold, and drag it all the way down to your original folder and just drop it in there. And so now you should see that folder inside your main, whatever your name is in your class folder. If I double click on this, I can see it. And there it is. Okay, it's hiding within that folder. And we'll put some other things in here from throughout the course. I'm going to go back one. If I go on my drive, because I just want to be able to see that folder right now. I want to keep an eye on this folder because we're going to do a few things with it. Okay, I'm going to scroll down the instructions. By the way, I'm using a side-by-side window here. I think most of you will be familiar with that. It makes this really easy. So if you want to use the same strategy, by all means do so. Let's manipulate the folder a little bit. Simple thing. Most of you probably know this, but let's get the credit for it. If you right click on your folder, you can go to change color and you can change the color. Since this is business law and I'm Goddard High, I'm going to make it a blue folder. If you notice up here earlier, I made a Friends University documents because I'm working with Friends now. I put a couple changes up there to show you what it's going to look like at the end. But let's manipulate this to make it look like you want it to look like. I prefer that you do anything but gray, because gray is what everything else is. All right, so I've got blue. So that's changing the color. But we also want to do something else. There's a little step here where you can put characters next to your file name so you can give it a little more pizzazz, maybe dress it up a little bit, maybe identify it quicker. That's kind of the point of me putting them on there. So the next thing we're going to do, I've put this link out here for you. It's called copypastecharacter.com. So go ahead and click on that link, and it should open up in a separate tab, and you're going to see all these different characters. This is their favorite set, but maybe you want something else. Maybe you want something kind of neat or relative to the subject you're teaching. So they give you all these options. I'm going to go to emojis because my daughter's in love with emojis, and I'm just going to use it for now. And then you're going to search through here and find something unique that you like. I'm going to pause, go find something for business law, and then I'll be back. Okay, it was a quick tie between the Statue of Liberty and this briefcase down here. I'm going to go with the Statue of Liberty. So if I want to add that to my username or my file name over here, not username, file name, I'm going to right click on the Statue of Liberty, and I'm going to hit copy. And then I'm going to come over here to my folder, and I'm going to right click on my folder, and I'm going to rename. And then right in here, I'm going to paste it. And I use Command V. That'll paste it in there. Right click, paste, Control V if you're using a PC. All of those things will put it in there. I don't care where you put your character or your emoji if you're using an emoji. You can put it behind, in the middle, in front. You can make it the only thing there. Maybe your folder is just represented by a character. But in our case, for the class, please leave the name of your folder so I can identify you easily when I'm grading your stuff. So put it in the middle, the front, or the back. I don't care which one. Do know if you put it in the front, it'll change the order in which it sits in the alphabetical order of your folders. So I'm just going to put mine at the end here and hit OK. And so that doesn't really move it because it still recognizes a J, and I have a little Statue of Liberty here to recognize that this is the business law folder. All right, just a little trick, little tip for you to add to your folders to make them stand out a little bit more. The next thing we're going to do is share a folder, and this is how I'm going to be able to grade all your stuff. So if you can't get this step, it's going to be hard for me to give you credit. And so here we go. We're going to right click on this again, and I'm control clicking because I'm using a Mac if you're using a Mac to get these menus to pop up. And I'm going to go to the share feature right there. And once I'm in here, before I type any email address in, I want you to hit advanced, because this is going to give us options to allow for permissions of what I can do. I would like you to leave it as can organize, add, and edit. I really won't add or edit anything. I might put some comments on your things to give you some feedback. So that's why I want you to leave it like that, so I can give you some feedback on your work. Some of the things you'll post in our Google community, and I'll give feedback that way, but sometimes it'll just be within your folder and in your assignments or documents. So please leave it like that. If you click in here, I would like you to add me to your people you're inviting. And the email address I want you to use is jrzimmerghs at gmail.com. Okay? And this is just the main email that I use to teach classes online and all over the place. So please use that so I can identify the assignments you're completing and the work you're doing within your folder. Everything you do will be saved in that folder, and if you have any questions or concerns about that, please feel free to email me or post something in the community if you think everybody would benefit from an answer. But so the next thing you're going to do after you've typed that in, you're going to click the send button, and that'll share it to me. I'm not going to click send because I don't need to share it to myself. I'm going to hit cancel and done. And so you should see a little icon that looks like this, a little person on top of the folder after you've shared it, and that just tells you that you've shared it with me, and now I have access to your folder, and anything else we do in the class will be put in this folder because it's all going to be relative to whatever class you've just chosen. Okay, so if you need to rename the class that you've chosen because you didn't realize that everything we do is going to be relative to that class, and you have some other information or documents you could pull in to put in there, you might want to change the name of that now before you make a final decision, because I want it all to be relative, so it's something you can take and use at the end of the course. All right, that's it for sharing and creating a folder and manipulating a folder. If you do have any questions, please feel free to post in the community or email me. Posting in the community is the best because then we can have conversations about it, not just me in a one-sided conversation, but maybe some other people in the class have answers too. And I'm open to anybody providing their own feedback and answers. So that's it. That's all I have for this. I hope it's a quick and easy assignment for you, and we can move on to creating a document next, and assignment 2. All right. Thank you for your time. We'll see you soon.